You're being accused of being a foreigner. Please address that.
Oh yes, I'm waiting to be deported.
Very strong. We needed to go.
This is Zandile Dabula, the head of Dudula that is closing out foreigners from hospitals. But did you know that she's got 2 kids from a Zimbabwean man? These people are playing games with you. But how do we know this? We know this because we've got women within those institutions. We know who funds them. We know.
Zandile,
the president of Operation Dudula has been accused of being a Zimbabwean.
No baba khomas uthone bathi sizalwa lapha siphuma lapha kuphi Zandile
Dabula, the head of Dudula.
Uthengiwe sengibonile wena usiye nomzulu wena
accused of being a Zimbabwean herself.
Maki.
How can you tell me this story?
Apparently that's Zandile Dudula. It's not South African, Maki. I always tell you that it's always these poor kids of Congolese, Malawi, who come to South Africa, get the ID, and then because they hated being a kwarkwar, they hated being called a kwarkwar. Now, you know what happened? Now that they have the ID, they say, just RSA, no DNA. No, we want to know your DNA. Where do you come from? You come from where? Dabula. Ombele. Who's those people? Those surnames they don't even Penwell was shocked.
My goddess. Zandile Dabula, the president of Operation Dudula, is trending seriously. Now, she's been dragged left, right, center, front by some South Africans. She's alleged to be a foreigner herself, and they are alleging that she is a Zimbabwean.
Dabula onzima, omdumele.
Abampele.
Ompele.
Yes. Ompele. Abuquntamafu.
Quntamafu.
Yes.
From where?
Originally I'm from Soweto, and unfortunately asinawo makhaya.
Okay.
But I believe abanye base Mount Frey.
Okay.
Ngihlala ngizwa nje kuthiwa you unefamily lapha hamba uyobafuna.
Azim. In fact, some go to the extent of even alleging that she has 2 kids with a Zimbabwean man. And people are dragging her. Now, when this information came out, the former president of Operation Dudula in Tantalax has also granted some interview, which has been connected to Zandile Dabula.
We are feeding this monster that's holding us back. Because these townships are no one's home. Soweto can't be a home. Soweto can't be a home. Like, maybe people are like, it's the slugs that's saying this. Like a guy that's so pro-Soweto.
Soweto Parliament.
Soweto Parliament. Look, Soweto can't be our home. Soweto is a result of Land Areas Act. Is a result of the apartheid government. It had to create a space where all these people from across the country will come to and service an economy that they've created. It's that simple.
It's a glorified squatter camp.
It's a glorified squatter camp. What we in Soweto look at hostels to be and say, Mazulu, Pen, it's the same thing, dude. All those houses that Soweto, they just apartheid government RTPs, the new ones that are post after 94, Boprampisha, RTP. So what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? Are we saying, a silly example? Soweto is like a hostel. It's a place that I then define as in transit. We are passing by to make a living, like the hostels. And some of us who are then born in transit, we then want to identify that place as home. It can't be home, that thing. Home is where we all come from, and Soweto is not where we come from. Mulazi, Alexandra.
Now, other things which is being connected to her is the fact that they say her sister was spotted in a car singing a Zimbabwean song. And there is also a picture circulating on social media with Zandile Dabula and her alleged sister at a supposed funeral in Zimbabwe with her family. That is the picture. So this and many more allegations are being peddled against Zandile Dabula. Now take note that these are mere allegations. I have no fact to this. Now listen to some of the allegations.
Did you know that she's got 2 kids from a Zimbabwean man? When they got to the party, the two girls decided to sleep with one of the leaders of Patriotic Alliance. I got so many nude videos sent by Kwena because she said she preferred Zimbabwean men. She had a Zimbabwean ex-boyfriend and she wanted to have a thing with me because she preferred Zimbabweans. A lot of the people who are in Dudula think that their father is somebody else, yet in reality their father is probably a Zimbabwean, Mozambican or foreigner who came into the country having an affair.
Where was Zandile's kids born? Zandile had kids with a Zimbabwean foreign national. And where were her kids born? At least her kids were born.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And she was in a hospital in South Africa.
And she was in a hospital. At least her kid made it past 1 year old. 1 year's. At least you freaking Zandile. Listen very carefully. The rules is speaking here. At least your kids that you had with a foreign national from Zimbabwe, the same people here that you want to forbid from accessing these healthcare facilities, at least your kids were born. Right now, as we speak, Zandile, there's a lady from Malawi, an African with a skin like yours, moaning.
Yes.
You freaking Zandile.
Because she came to the hospital with her 1 year old and they denied access. They could visibly see that this 1 year old was sick. And they said, no, go. Twice.
It's actually pissing me off that we even saying, and they said no. You had no freaking right to say no. Yes, but you're right, it's twice. That was the second hospital.
Yes.
She first went to a first one where they denied her. Where these freaking hooligans, uneducated Operation is too much of an organized term.
It seems to like something you have to respect.
Yes, like an operation.
Yeah.
You cannot use, look, we can't use Operation Dudula. We can use the Dudula, but we can't use the term operation.
Yeah, no.
When we talk about these uneducated ones. Yes, so that particular lady.
Grace,
right?
Yes.
Her name is Grace. Grace who? Banda?
Grace Banda.
Grace Banda. Grace Banda. So Grace Banda, you, Zandile, Grace Banda is mourning now. Grace Banda is not happy. Grace Banda wishes that her child was still alive.
Maki, apparently that Zandile Dudula, it's not South African, Maki. I always tell you that it's always these poor kids of Congolese, Malawi, who come to South Africa, get the ID, and then because they hated being a KwekuAfrica, they hated being called a KwekuAfrica. Now, you know what happened? Now that they have the ID, they say, just RSA, no DNA. No, we want to know your DNA. Where do you come from? You come from where? Dabula. Ombele. Who's those people? Those surnames, they don't, even Penwell was shocked. Like, these things they don't mix. You don't know. It's Asnamakaya.
Zandile. Uthono uphume Soweto kuphi? Wena uthina la uqhamuka khona ukwazi nobaba wakho awumazi uthoni bathi sizalwa lapha siphuma lapha kuphi Zandile uthengiwe yini sengibonile wena usiye nomZulu wena uyiZimbabwe wena uma ngasilona iZimbabwe yani wena ulishangani wena Zandile kuphela laba bantu nabo laba abakaboni bazobona sekuonakele wonke umhlaba lapha eSouth Africa ngoba kwasa wena uzazi ukuthi uzalwa kuphi uqhamuka kuphi kodwa mina ngiyakutshela mina Lusha Mathonsi utatami ubaba wami owazala lentokazi lo okhulumayo phuma lapha eLipompo ubaba wami waseLipompo ubaba mina wazokhulela eSwazini uma wami ongizalayo uAyerina Tembe uyilithonga uma usuka nje ePretoria noma usuka kuphi khona ngapho ke Jozi uthi ngibheke kwamhlaba uyalingana eManguzi wafika eManguzi nje uthi ngicela ukubuza abakaTembe ngeke uzuqeda imizi emithathu ungangenanga kogogo kuzalwa uma wami kogogo la kuzalwa khona uma wami oTembe umthembu kodwa uzokhuluma mina ngizalwa laphana eSoweto. Soweto kuyiphi indawo? Akwazi. Esquatter camp. Wazwala lapha. I'm sure wena waba lezi ngane ezalahlwa abazali bese bakuxosha bakondla wakhula wafunda so zozitshela ukuthi I'm South Africa lady. Siswami waziphoqa awuzazi ukuthi uzalwa ubani, awuzazi ukuthi uqhamukaphi, awuzazi ukuthi yazi une story sakho. Wena une story sakho. Wena une story sakho futhi ongeke uzutshele umuntu. Kodwa into engikutshela yona uzofa ngokufa wena Zandile, wena uyofa ngokufa. Uthi finish and clear. Ngiyakutshela impilo endwangu yami engayina ngayo bakithi. Wena Zandile, qhubeka naleyo mpilo yakho sobona ukuthi uzofika kuphi ke nalo Dudula operation. Noma uthewe ngamalini. Hayi cha bakuhlonipha shem. Bakuthulela isigqoko ngoba lento yenza bayibona right. Kodwa one day kuzophela. Kuzovela ikinto.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. Oh my God.
So Vele, this leader of Operation Dudula doesn't know where she come from. Hey! Listen to this, guys. She has the audacity to chase foreigners. Mara agazi ukuthi uphuma kuphi. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. She doesn't know her homeland. Utuphume Soweto. Who's from Soweto? Nobody's from Soweto, man. Come on. You should have homelands. Are you from Limpopo? Are you from Free State? Are you from KZN? Western Cape? Where are you from? Where are you from? Soweto? Who's from Soweto? Nobody's from Soweto, man. Yo. Every day. Hey, foreigners must go. Foreigners must go. What if you are a foreigner? You don't know where you come from, Mus. Until they told her about her family, where her family comes from. And they always tell her to go and visit and check them out. Clearly, she hasn't even visited. Is this the leader of Operation Dudula who says foreigners must go? Yo. She doesn't know where she come from. And this is what I always speak about. It's usually people who don't know where they come from.
In the meantime, Xando Dabula has responded to all these allegations and called this falsehood and intentional means to accuse people in red. Now, people in red refer to the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters, led by the fearless Julius Malema. So guys, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think Xando Dabula is a foreigner? And even if she's a foreigner, would that stop you from supporting her political party? Leave your comment in the comment section. That's a wrap for today.